Hello everyone, welcome back to Ellie and Mac. I'm Vanessa and today we are going to be diving into the exciting but sometimes challenging topic of sewing for your teen. I know that this is something that is hard in my house with a 14 and 12-year-old, but if you've ever wondered how to keep making clothes for your teenager, you're in the right spot. So grab your patterns and let's dive right in. So tip number one, go thrifting. And honestly, go thrifting is always something I suggest. In my house, we try to thrift, make, buy, or thrift, sew, buy. So we try to thrift it, and if we can't thrift it, we try to make it. And if we can't do either of those, then we go and buy it. Now, there's a lot of reasons to thrift, but one of my main reasons is I want my kids to have a healthy relationship with retail. Now, this is a zero risk environment. There's so many different styles for your kids to try on and develop their own style. Also, if you take your teen to a store that is their favorite and say, pick out what you like so we can go home and sew, it will probably end in disaster. Now, also, I love thrifting for myself because I get to try on clothes and it kind of reminds me of things that I used to wear and who I used to be and where I am at now. And now that I don't have little kids, developing my fashion now that they're moving on to big kids has been really helpful for me as well. And my next one is a really hard one. This is share your fashion stories. Now, when you're at the thrift store, you're going to be reminded of things that you used to wear. Do you want to take a seat? Okay. What you used to wear. It's okay. So it's really easy to have that trauma from when you were a kid and remembering how awkward you looked in some of these things and not make the cringe face. But this is paramount. Do not cringe face your child because it will shut down everything. One of my favorite stories about this, and Nana, I'm so sorry, this is my mother-in-law. I like to watch a lot of old TV shows, and I got in my mind that I wanted to know what my mother-in-law wore to exercise in the 80s. I have no clue why, but I needed to know this. And so I asked her daughters what she used to wear. My daughter's watching this and kind of giggling. And they said, I don't know, but why do you need to know this? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I got to ask her. And they were telling me, no, you probably shouldn't. And I did. And the way that her face just brightened right up and she told me exact details of what she used to wear and how she used to go exercising with her gal pals. It was so cute. And I was in that stage where I'd go exercising with my friends and I had little kids, and just to see how much that time meant to her was really special to me. So I really appreciated how she came and told me that story. Now, a leotard would help my exercise workout clothes because I literally put no effort into it. I'm trying though, so I really appreciate that story. Now, I learned a lot from this as well. I learned that if you can be positive about your fashion stories and take those moments to share with your kids, they want to hear that too. So just try to take a deep breath. Now, if your child picks up something that you absolutely don't like, regardless if you used to wear it or not, ask them what they like about it. Have them tell you specifics about what they like. It could be the color, it could be the fit, and kind of draw from that instead of shutting it down saying, oh, absolutely not, right? Okay. Tip number 3 is a hard one. It's embracing change. I know your teenagers are always going to be your baby, but teens are always trying to evolve and mature, and so is their sense of style. What they loved 2 years ago might not be their style today. Case in point with my daughter, there was just a time when the light switched off and she no longer liked the ultra frilly girly patterns. And it was hard for me to adapt, but I learned very quickly on how to embrace her personal style. I also learned that just because she liked owls when she was 5 does not mean that she wants an owl jacket. So those things are very important to remember, and it's okay to remember with your child. It's okay to go look back at those pictures and go, oh, remember how cute you were, remember how much you loved that dress. Those things are absolutely okay, but just trying to embrace who they are today lets your child know that you know them and what they like. You're making me laugh, so it's good. Okay. All right. So So tip number 4 is get inspired together. So you just went to the thrift store and you talked about and tried on different styles, but ask your team if they have a Pinterest board or they have inspo outfits. And then have a conversation like, I see that you like skater dresses and they look good on you. I also see that you like oversized sweaters and grays and greens. Is this right? This shows that you're understanding their evolving style, as well as you're both on the same page before you start picking patterns. Number 5 is offering options, and this one is crucial on how you do it. I know that when I show my daughter a whole bunch of patterns and say, do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? It's very overwhelming. So once you have a clear idea of what they like, then make suggestions. Instead of overwhelming them showing pictures of people who are not their age and fabrics that they wouldn't show, just say, I have a pattern that's very similar to this, and then you can show them the line drawing. This will really help your child know that they're understood and then not make them feel like you don't. Because I have had that where I'm like, this is the dress for you, and she's looking at all the pictures and she's like, no, I don't think that is. Sometimes she's giggling. I don't know if you can hear my daughter giggling. She's like, yeah, that happens a lot. But sometimes a pattern of a dress can have different styles, and sometimes it's hard to see that unless you sew often. Okay. Also, when my daughter was around 11 to 12 years old, as she started to go through puberty, she decided that she no longer liked, is that okay that I said that?
Sure.
Okay. I began measuring her to see if she fit into curvy style patterns, and the reason for this is that she started to feel uncomfortable in the boxy style of clothes that were in her size. But she fit perfectly in an extra small, and so for the 2 years she only wore clothes that I sewed. Now, as far as my son growing, for me is on the opposite spectrum, where I'm reminding him that his pants are 6 inches too short, and he goes, don't worry about it, Mom. So with my son, it's just trying to keep him clothed. But with my daughter, it's trying to make sure that she is comfortable in the clothes that she's wearing. And the last one is one of my favorites, and it's one that brings me the most joy, and that is involving your teens in the process. So have them help you pick out the fabrics, and even have them help you sew. Kids these days love finding hobbies. I don't know if you look online, but kids love to try new things, and they're always coming up with new hobbies to try. And with YouTube, you can learn anything. So my biggest tip is have a quick win. So let me give you an example of this. So one day my daughter's friend asked if I could do this bag that she had a inspiration for, and it was a jean upcycle. And I'm like, of course. I did not know what the bag was. And the bag was a Manta Ray style looking shaped purse. And so the next day she brings the jeans over, and this was a big project. This was a really big project for me, for myself. I'm not a bag maker. And it's a really big project for kids who just don't quite know how to sew yet. But we decided to do it. So we created a pattern, and we created the instructions and order of operations on how to do this, and we went for it. And this is how the bag turned out. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. This is my daughter's style of bag. And it turned out so cute. And you know, I think they did a really great job. It has a little pocket here, and they did embroidery, and they learned so much from this. Is it perfect? Maybe not, but was it a ton of fun? Yes. And what that did was it was a quick win. It took us about 3 days, and then it opened the door to my daughter wanting to take lessons and be more involved in the sewing process. And you've seen her in some of my other videos. So just taking on that Pinspiration project, even though it was super overwhelming, was absolutely worth it. And that's all I have. Remember, it's all about communication and having fun together, of course. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and again, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.